Welcome back to the League of Puzzle Speedrunners, Pokemon Puzzle League Speedrun Tournament 2024. Cards of the Heart again here with you alongside T-Man ND and FFR Pro 21. And we've got a rather intriguing 7-10 matchup for you to close out the first round of our bracket. It is the 7 seed, ilikebeingsmart. She's been here for basically all of the tournaments. She is always a fan favorite to put on a good show, if nothing else, and we'll see how she will be able to do this time around against the 10 seed, a newcomer. It is Deagle, and we've got a bit of an intriguing storyline going into this one because we have very few data points on Deagle, except all we saw from him in qualifying was to post a sub 30 S-hard time on a version of the game that I don't think we've talked enough about in this community, puzzlers. There may be a difference between North American NTSC versions and PAL versions of the game, the region that's used in Europe and Australia, that might have had an impact on how difficult the opponents actually play. Might be a discussion we need to talk about going forward, but I believe Deagle said he was going to procure an NTSC version of the game to play on compared to the PAL version he was playing on in qualifying. Wonder if that will prove to have a sort of adjustment period as we start this best of 5 matchup on the hard difficulty. Any thoughts on that?
I think I'm basing my entire evaluation off of that sub 30 S hard. It takes some above average skill to post that sort of time, so from that one data point alone, I think this is going to be a very close match. It's hard to luck into a time that good without some good fundamentals. So I want to give it to Nicole in 5, but I think this is going to be a really good show and just exciting to see what this newcomer's made of.
And we're off. So we are starting with hard difficulty.
Deagle doesn't come from PvP, does he? Does anyone know about that?
I don't actually know. Definitely saw some interest from him out of last year's tournament. I believe he got interested in the tournaments after seeing last year's play and decided to train up for this one. And train up, he certainly did. Certainly keeping up with ilikebeingsmart Nicole here in the early going. We are getting word from the live chat that he is in the PvP scene, which I should know a little bit about that, but I don't keep up enough with PvP. But that said, Deagle is definitely keeping up very well so far. We've seen some people transition from PvP to the speedrun scene, and players like Ty and Foxyman in the past have definitely made some splashes. Tay-Man, how do you think that changes your evaluation of how Deagle's going to play?
I think the PvP players have been very, very adaptable, and really the biggest challenge for them is kind of like learning a different flow between PvP and the speedrun. And usually the PvP players are playing at such a high speed that I think it's like pretty easy for them to tone it down a bit and execute the speedrun strategies. So like knowing that he's from PvP, like I expect some pretty awesome things from Deagle. Maybe a little short on these attacks. Maybe used to like doing blitz attacks from PvP. Maybe you'll have to do an adjustment there. But other than that, these have been some really good times so far.
Yeah, and we've seen in the past that the PvP players do find quite a bit of success in speedrunning, as we've seen over the years. So hopefully Deagle will be continuing that trend.
It is certainly possible. These players right now are separated by a little more than 5 seconds after the first 4 stages of this 15-stage run.
Ooh.
And just like that, with one little garbage clear, the swing in time difference gets to be huge, and Deagle will take the early lead. But again, it is still really early. Still way too early to call the race in anyone's favor.
Is Deagle just playing from Foxy Man's old apartment?
Now that you mention it.
He reminds me, his demeanor and the apartment's already reminded me a lot of Foxy Man. Hopefully we get to see more of him one day.
Oh,
Has Foxy Man been traveling in Germany for things that we don't know about? Because Deagle, I do believe, is German, which would explain the PAL issue that we were seeing in qualifying.
So that's why he's really good at doing joyless things.
Easy now.
Oh my.
I'm so sorry. We love you, Deagle. Even though I just met you. You seem pretty cool.
Yeah, we just met you, and that was crazy. Just don't leave us on red. Call us maybe. All right, but Deagle is keeping things very steady right now. It seems like lots of 4 chains and 5 chains, and that random pop is going to give Blaine an opportunity to clear.
Oh no.
The garbage. That's going to lead to a few chains. But so far, Deagle's attacks have been safe, and Nicole's attacks have not been quite fast enough to keep these opponents from getting garbage clear. She's going to make up a nice chunk of time on that stage, but it is Deagle with about a 2-second lead going to the effective second half of the run. Deagle's timer started at the 15-second countdown we normally have for races, so his timer is 15 seconds ahead of where it actually is right now.
The assault attack from Nicole. Deagle. Okay, Deagle could have got like an 8 or something, or if not for the timer scam. That's gonna lead to a clear.
Also, I am just realizing this as I am listening to the feeds. Nicole likes to play with the sound effects off, so we're not gonna get any Pikachu chew noises from her game today, and she prefers it that way. Just kind of an interesting case in this game, because it's actually faster to turn off the music, because when you go to the options and turn off the background music, the game doesn't have to take time to shut off the music between stages to load the next stage. You might be able to hear it from Smart's game if you listen closely enough. But that turning off that music and avoiding that load time does knock off the real time of this run by about 0.4 of a second per stage. So that'd be a whole 6-second difference on this run.
Oh.
Although I think both players are playing with the music on, so that we won't see that play a role here.
players have a philosophical objection to playing with the music off. Because, you know, doing something as repetitive as this game, it's nice to have the music to break up the monotony.
And what a big swing of that stage. And both players down to their final 4 stages, are basically neck and neck.
I think Deagle's about 10 seconds ahead from the delay, so a slight edge to him.
The feeds were synced. The timers were basically in sync. I did get through mentioning earlier that Deagle's timer started at -15, so let's add 15 seconds to whatever his time set shows. So these players are keeping it very close.
Oh, this Richie's
Deagle gets a garbage clear. Smart gets a garbage clear. Smart's gonna get a chain lined up. Now
Richie.
we're gonna see hard mode do its worst.
Can we please? Oh, and Deagle does not have Richie timed off and having trouble finding a follow-up attack here.
Yeah, both Richies were not very nice. Deagle's getting the worst fit. That is a 5 chain with combos from Deagle's
Hello?
Richie.
What?
All that
What is
time and
stop
Deagle
time?
runs out of time.
How? Okay.
Richie had the time and Deagle did not.
Unbelievable, man. And
So
then,
Deagle's going to be way behind the 8 ball now as Nicole catches Lorelei way off guard. And she is going to have a bit of a commanding lead with 2 stages to go. You can even call this the patent-pending 2-stage lead. Especially with that garbage clear, Deagle is going to be in a world of hurt.
I'm not a fan, game. I'm really not. Please.
Another big garbage clear.
This is not as hard. What is happening?
Alright, well.
Trash.
Deagle's out of Richie now after all that. And Bruno's trolling Nicole here, so Deagle could catch up a little bit here.
Oh, probably not gonna. Never mind. I forgot what game we're dealing with.
Stop time. Stop time is certainly a thing. You're
Stop
supposed to
time's
get
made up.
stop time for making combos and chains, and Bruno is just making the most rudimentary of combos and chains to keep his stack from rising. Takes Smart 56 seconds to finish that stage. I don't know if she takes the time to look at her opponent during the game, but she can't be feeling great about where her run is at right now.
Can't remember if Nicole screen watches or not. But she would know that she's still in a pretty good position here.
And we've also seen Gary too here turn those good positions into terrible ones. Like Gary's trying. Getting that left side a bit on the low side. We're going to get some garbage separation. And that will be enough of a distraction for ilikebeingsmart to take home Game 1 with a time of 11 minutes, 13 seconds. That's good enough for Pokeball number 1. So, job well done from ilikebeingsmart to earn the first win there. Perhaps Deagle still has a bit to get used to the speed way to beat these opponents, because Deagle's been keeping the chains relatively big, like X5s and X6s.
Not a fan of this game. Please?
No.
Please help please make our newcomer feel welcome, game.
Oh.
No!
Oh, Deagle had some miss swaps, could not get the...
Another one.
Or
Oh,
combo over.
and the White Sox just took the lead. I don't understand what's happening in either of these games.
Hey man, what are you
Jeez.
doing?
Jeez, the
This-
White Sox can
No.
actually win a baseball game? What is happening?
Tay man, you missed the bit. You're commenting on two different things at the same time. When I say what are you doing, you're supposed to say I'm calling both games.
I don't get that reference.
Oh, you've got some Kevin Harlan clips to look up later.
Kevin Hart. Okay, I'll add that to my docket. My docket of sports references.
Yeah, definitely one of the better American broadcasters of our time. Like he could call both games, two games happening at once with no trouble. But Deagle not having a good time with the end of this hard level, and we do have a bit of a 5-minute mercy kill roll on these runs. So if it takes Deagle like 2 more minutes to
What the heck?
beat Bruno and Gary, I will respectfully ask him to stop playing so we can move on. But he's fine now. That 16-second Bruno will turn things around just fine. So just do that again for Gary too, and this will end on a good note. How does that sound? Come on, Gary, be a bro. Four chain, 4 combos. That separation going to be good? Oh, that left side was a bit lower. Oh, this might still work at this. Oh, that 7 chain.
Gary.
It all gets cleared. Oh, I don't think Deagle needed that 7 chain. But better safe than sorry, especially with an opponent that is able to move fast enough, like Gary the Second. He may be the second time you face Gary, but he's a first grade jerk. Like look at what he's able to do here. We've already seen this in this tournament. We don't need to relive this again.
It's gonna be Gary. Can't you just like mess up, please? Why do you gotta do this?
Yeah, right now Gary is not messing around right now.
Gary. Gonna go for those. Oh, not gonna go for the blues. Thinking Deagle.
Oh, he wants to throw in the towel. Oh no.
Man, we want Deagle to play in more tournaments.
Hey, got it done.
Yeah,
Woo!
there we go.
All right, we will count that time. I believe we clock that in at 16:01. If my visual interpretation of the timing is accurate. So we'll log that in at 16:01 and worry about the ramifications of whatever else we need to do to finish this out later. But with that 11-13, ilikebeingsmart has secured Game 1. And we will leave it to Deagle to see what Deagle will select for game 2. So we shall see here if Deagle's timer is able to start with the countdown to game 2 as we start this normal race. And there we go. We do have a visual of a timer counting down on screen. So now we're going to see a bit slower gameplay than we saw from the hard level, and a Gary that will not raise his stack at the very beginning. So 7, 8, 9 lines of garbage to Gary the First will not be out of the realm of possibility for what these players will need to send, but Smart has been playing these games. He's been playing this game for more than 10 years, so she knows what to expect, and that one was kind of easy to see coming with how low Gary's stack was. They have a low stack for Deagle too, but Deagle does not get the combos cleared and will be finishing with a 21-second time. And meanwhile, Nicole's Gary continues to find matches, continues to clear garbage.
Gary,
she is beside herself.
No!
Oh,
this
geez.
is not. This is not
Please?
right. This has to
Please?
violate the Geneva Convention somewhere. That cannot be good.
You expect to get some bad luck, but to get it on the very first stage just really stings.
Yeah, definitely puts you way behind already. But, you know, thankfully 13 stages to try to catch up here. Ooh. Yeah, Nicole didn't really get a great initial attack off.
Brock is still pretty high, so this could still be alright. Deagle is a little short on Misty, having a hard time getting a follow-up here.
Okay,
a bit
there's the
uncharacteristic from what we've seen so far. We've been seeing Deagle go with the bigger chains. This like 4 chains, 5 chains, 6 chains. Didn't quite get what he wanted there, and that did result in some time loss, but he is still a fair ways in front as of now.
Deagle definitely has the cursor speed, getting that lag chain. Very good at multitasking. You know, playing PvP really forces you to develop that full board vision.
There's certainly a case for arguing that he is handling this fairly well right now. Again, we've seen players step up from the PvP scene and dominate, but it certainly was not an easy adjustment for all of them. We definitely saw Ty have his own struggles early on. We've seen other players take on these games, like Fudu is another person that comes to mind that at least was in the PvP scene at one point. Definitely had a struggle. Fortnite Mike, also a fan favorite.
Dude, shout out to Fortnite Mike.
Played in the last couple tournaments.
Yeah.
Might be a bit
Yeah,
busy with
that
PvP
username
tournaments
is so
these
good.
days. We will never forget Fortnite Mike.
I think the mini TAs really like Fortnite Mike.
But don't look now, it is Deagle that has taken a full stage lead over our 7 seed. The lead has to be more than 20 seconds at this point. There's still a long ways to go, but Deagle has certainly done what he can to take control of this race. Is Koga gonna be distracted enough here? Just barely. All the head shakes from Smart, not approving of how this run has been going so far.
She's been up a little time since that disastrous Gary won. So just has to keep her head in the game and hope that Deagle's opponents will hand him some bad luck.
Nicole had a little double tap of a panel to try and make her 3-chain. Did not quite get there and does not have Sabrina topped off as a result. Meanwhile, Blaine gets to a garbage clear, and Deagle is sending a follow-up 5-chain to make sure that Blaine has no room to deal with anything else. The one consequence of sending bigger garbage blocks is that the screen shakes more while larger garbage blocks are landing on the screen, and every little screen shake like that does delay how long these foes could take to lose. So first and foremost, you want to top off these opponents, but at the highest levels of play, there is a bit of a balance between your chain sizes and topping off opponents, especially at these lower levels. Deagle doing just fine, though the lead has shrunk a little bit. I think over the past 2 or 3 stages, Nicole has made up about 10 to 15 seconds. So the margin of troll is still real, and I really need to have a talk with Tracy with that after that one to figure out what it was that he was, why he wasn't going for the garbage at that point.
Oh, Deagle did a double swap too, and that would have been like a nice. That would have been a nice little 2-chain into a 5 combo for a quick 2 lines of garbage. You hate to see it.
Yeah, but now Deagle's got a.
Oh,
that was
fortunate
really
there.
close. Yeah, he will maintain the lead with that, but it's gonna shrink a little bit.
The lead is continuing to shrink. Looks like we have about 8 seconds separating the players as we head to our final 4 stages. Again, this is a best of 5 match. Our players are popcorning around the lower levels of the 1-player stadium. We've played on hard, we're playing on normal now. We will be on easy mode for game 3. And just like that, we are basically neck and neck.
Yep, tie ball game with 3 stages left.
Nice little horizontal 6 combo to start Nicole's chain. Not often that the game's going to give you the formation of 3 of one panel and 3 of another panel in the same row at the very beginning. The patterns just don't generate it necessarily. And here we go. We're starting to see the worst of what hard mode has to offer, and very backwards play from Richie to not deal with Smart's garbage in time.
Game, what are we doing?
Oh boy, Richie!
Come on!
Oh my god! That's gonna down stack.
The stars are just aligning for Richie. every single block he moved led to a scam or a chain.
Disgusting.
Oof, 1 minute. Yeah, that
Actually
is
disgusting.
not good.
So
Nicole's
with
gonna
that
take advantage of that.
stage, Smart is on to the final stage of the normal level. This is her chance to take control of the match and leave Destiny basically in her hands, because I would leave her with the level choices for the rest of the match.
That Lorelei was too high up.
And out of time is Bruno. And ilikebeingsmart takes game 2 with a time of 10:06. Good effort from Deagle to keep things close. Maybe the bigger chains are not quite the answer that you need at these lower levels, but figuring that out will come with time.
Yeah, I mean, Deagle held the lead for, like, most of this race, but just the later stages kinda, yeah.
Kinda,
that's just how this
sorta,
game
yeah,
goes.
indeed. And Deagle is done at a very respectable 10:59. So good times all around from our two players. And now we are moving on to easy mode for game 3 for Deagle to save his winner's bracket life. What a level to have to rely on in order to stay alive in the top bracket. I always understand the trepidation going into the easy level, because we've been going down the speed level ladder the entire time. Starting with speed level 4 for hard, 2 for normal, and now 1 for easy. Which is, we said before, is not as steep as the Tetris Attack curve, which was 6-4-2 for the same levels. Like if you think Tetris Attack's easy level was hard to play and sit through for players who are used to much faster levels, I mean, this easy mode, it certainly takes the cake in overall slowness. So, might be a bit of a sanity check for our players to see how much they are willing to sit through. And we will see in the first two stages opponents that will not raise their stack at the beginning. So, early on, sanity will be tested to figure out how many times that they can consistently pull off 8 to 9 line attacks, which maybe what Deagle's going to end up needing here. Smart's got a 4-chain and a few combos here. That is going to be enough for a 15. Oh, Deagle needed one more line.
Should be coming here.
So I'm gonna lose a few seconds on that one, but still has to be okay with how that stage turned out. No shame in getting 20-something second stages on the first 2 stages. Another 4 chain, another smattering of combos. That 4 combo at the end, making all the difference. Getting another 14-second time. What a fast start for Nicole.
Yeah. Ooh, Deagle going out to 7 chain. That will definitely...
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Brocker almost made Deagle's life a nightmare with that one. That was really close. And hey,
ooh,
a
nice
4-4-9 4-4-9 combination from Smart. That's going to keep the stage under 15 seconds. 14 might be your favorite number in this run, if this keeps up. Alright, Deagle's found a 4 chain here. Combos
That's
are
not
a
quite
bit
enough.
lacking, though. These lower levels definitely require a more combo-heavy game, which, if there's anything to be said about the style of PvP players, depending on their style of play, they may not be so accustomed to sending that many 4 combos and making them stack effectively on top of each other. That might be a thing that holds Deagle back in this race, as already Smart has taken a full stage lead. And Surge wants Deagle's playtime to be over. Just like that. There's a 12-second stage for Smart. She is definitely going to a place that I think FFR has referred to on these broadcasts quite a few times throughout.
Yeah, I would say that Nicole is off to schmoovin' USA.
Woo! Tickets have gotten so expensive there, though.
Yeah, I know, like stupid inflation.
No. Not everyone can schmoove like they used to, but Nicole has a lifetime pass to schmoove in USA. She has a one stage lead on easy mode, which is quite significant.
Yeah, it's gonna be super difficult to make that up.
And it's been quite exciting to see Nicole's progression through playing this game too. I mean, she very recently joined the Sub 20 S Hard Club, so she is in very esteemed company within our community. She got it on film this time. Her first Sub 20 was not actually recorded, so she took a little time soon after to properly record one, and she was able to properly record one. So, congratulations to her for pulling that off.
Never go full Monty.
Shoutouts to Monty.
Yes. Yeah, Monty. Yeah, when are you coming back, dude? Miss you, bud.
I think if I remember my timeline of events correctly, I actually credit Monty with being the one to really innovate with reset strats for the higher levels. Like I don't remember anyone doing a resetting of the S hard stages until Monty started doing them. Maybe my memory's a bit fuzzy on that, but Monty certainly had an impact on this community that we will certainly not forget anytime soon. And we will certainly not forget how smoothly Nicole is playing out this easy level. Full stage ahead of Deagle. With 2 stages to go, this Team Rocket looks like they will be dominated in 13 seconds. Deagle certainly doing his best to try and keep up, but this is ilikebeingsmart's race and match to lose. Full stage lead heading into the final stage. Will she take care of business? Starting off extremely fast.
Oh,
Gonna get the 4 chain.
that's a good save right there.
Yeah.
And with an 11-second Giovanni,
Woo!
Smart finishes Game 3 with a 6:28.
Let's go, Nicole.
Very, very respectable time. Deagle certainly put in an effort to be threatening, but you know, Smart was just on her game today. I think that's one of the better easy times she's ever posted in tournament play, too. She's really been working on that game in recent years. Just working on her combo game in general, and it's definitely paying off. And we've got a 17-second Giovanni to finish off Deagle's easy run. 7:25 being the time. Now that averages out to about 5 seconds a stage. Which is really not that far away, all things considered. As we wish our GGs to the players for participating, let's give ilikebeingsmart Pokeball number 3 and the win. Job well done. And let's see if we can make these results official. In a sweep. It'll definitely not to be indicative of how close the match actually was. ilikebeingsmart takes the match. Now we'll be moving on to play yours truly in the next round.
Definitely the fangirling matchup. LPS community's #1 card to the heart fan. I like being smart. So that'll definitely be a fun matchup. And good first showing from Deagle today. I think he just needs a little bit more refinement. Maybe he needs to learn the specific strategies a bit more. But definitely curious to see, his next match and his future performance if he chooses to continue running this horrible game.
I don't know, Tay-Man. Don't look too far yet. You're afraid. You showed a little bit of fear in playing Fate in the next round, and if you were to lose that match, you would have to deal with Deagle in the second round. So
you never want to have to go against a PvP player. You never know when they're gonna pop off.
Indeed. So our top 8, our winners bracket 8 is set. It's FFR Pro against GameRex459, Fate and Tay-Man, myself and Smart 6 and Ty will round out the top 8. And in the losers bracket, it will be BB Forky taking on Lucky Owl and Octo Oil against Tetris Attacker, with Kanayo awaiting the loser of 6 and Ty, and Deagle awaiting the loser of Fate and Tay-Man. So we are definitely getting into some spicy territory, especially now with the next round introducing V-Hard into the fray. If these matches go long, oh my goodness, like V-Hard could be quite the spice that some of these lower seeded players need to take on some of the giants in our community that are advancing through. But with that in mind, gentlemen, that is a complete first round. What do we have to say about how those matches played out today?
I want to shout out Octo-Oil for taking the game off of 6 and showing her improvement. I think Ty and TA was everything that we drew it up to be. That was a marquee matchup that definitely played up to expectations. And we saw lots of just bad garbage RNG, which made for great entertainment value. So, just your average tournament day in LPS land.
Yeah, that doubleheader definitely had some very spicy moments. But hey, it's all good for the people watching. Maybe not so much for the people that are actually playing the game in the match, but it's all fun in the end.
And depending on your perspective, it is only going to get better or worse, because there are 2 losers bracket matches to play in easy to hard, but after that we've got easy through V-Hard for the next rounds coming at you next week. So V-Hard definitely has a chance to throw a wrench into some people's plans, especially with some of the spicy matches we've got going here, like Fate and Tayman. FFR certainly has something to worry about with Gamer. I have something to worry about with Smart. 6 and Ty often play each other really close. Wow, we've got some great matches pending for you next week, Puzzlers. You will definitely not want to miss them. But as for today, that is going to do it for us. For FFR Pro 21, Tayman ND, and everyone else at the League of Puzzle Speedrunners, this has been Cards of the Heart, and until next time, everyone, happy puzzling.
Later.
Take care, everyone.